Hi, welcome to Dean Park. I hope you're keeping well. This video wasn't even on the radar a few days ago. I had no intentions of getting the Accurascale PTA wagons until I saw them on somebody else's layout and I just couldn't resist. I caved in and got myself a pack of these grey and orange ones which were native to Scotland. They come in a 5-pack for just under £150. If you enjoy the content of this video, why don't you hit that subscribe button and notification bell to be alerted of all future uploads from Dean Park. Any feedback and questions are welcome. Please post them in the comments section below. I always look forward to reading them. I'll just give you a very brief overview of the actual wagon in British rail service. These came about at the turn of the 70s when British Steel was looking for a higher capacity wagon to convey iron ore to its steel plants. And basically the PTA was the answer to that. They were built between 1972 and 1978 and there were a total of 351 wagons produced. These wagons also saw long-term contracts with ARC and Foster Yeoman, and the distinct liveries of these two wagons is also modelled in the first batch of releases from Accurascale. One of the distinct features of the PTA fleet was the use of semi-permanent rakes featuring a distinct outer wagon, which is this one here, with conventional draw gear at one end, such as this, and on the other end was a auto coupler. Additionally, one auto coupler on each wagon was designed to rotate so that uncoupling was unnecessary during the tipping process, which saw the wagons be rotated up to 160 degrees. This required careful marshalling of wagons within each rake, so the rotating coupler was always paired with a fixed coupler. To aid this, the end of the rotating coupler was highlighted with a full height orange band on the body side while in use with British Steel. Whilst not a strict review, I'll give you a quick run through of some of the features of the wagon and my thoughts on it. Looking at the outer wagon first, the outer wagon has a spring return NEM pocket at one end and a tension lock coupler is fitted from the factory. If you wish to fit the pipework at the end, you have to remove the tension lock coupler. At the other end, we've got this dovetail fitted NEM pocket with this little nice pivoting coupler. The pipework comes fitted from the factory because it's never going to foul the coupler, and that's good because a lot of people don't have the patience, skill or confidence to fit these pipes and details to their rolling stock. Looking at the side of the wagon, we've got a blemish and fault-free paint application. Yes, it's quite a simple livery, but they've done it very, very well. There's no hazing between the orange or the grey. Obviously the yeoman livery would be more of a challenge to apply, but I've not seen any of them up close yet. All the data panels are crisp and clear and you can read them. Some require a magnifying glass to do so. The bogies are very well represented with some separately fit parts. Underneath we've got the pipework, which goes all the way to the ends where the actual pipes would be. So that's a nice little touch with some parts picked out in paint. This is all plastic underframe with additional weight on the inside of the wagon. The inside is pretty plain, just like the real thing, and this particular one has a floor that comes off it in which to fit the battery for the flashing tail lamp, which I'll cover later. The inner wagon is pretty much the same, but you've got these couplers at both ends and the detail is fitted from the factory at both ends. They are on pinpoint axles and the wheel sets run very freely. I'll show you a test in the next clip. You just have to push it a little bit and it runs for fun. And that's a feature really coming through from Accurascale products. They really are free running and well engineered. I'm going to give it a little push here to see how free running the axles are. Just nudge it from the back. Travelled about 2 meters, so that's pretty good. Yeah, pleased with that. Many of you won't have this type of coupler on your rolling stock, focusing usually on tension lock or maybe a magnetic style coupler like the ones from Hunt Coupling, but they really are easy to use, these ones. Push together, they spring out and then close. And if you want to remove one, you just lift it up slightly and there it is, job done. Turning round to the slashing light, I've got 3 flashing lights on my layout just now. One at the end of a hopper, an HFA hopper, which is from Train Tech, and the LED is rather large, but the actual flash rate is pretty good. Then you've got the other end of the scale, you've got a tiny Bachmann tail lamp on the Mark IIFs, which are too weak. The light is too weak, you can hardly see it. But these, when I had them on the track, and you'll see it shortly, the flash rate is spot on and the brightness is good as well. So I think they've done a really good job with that. Nice little detail. Now, if you'd said 5-6 years ago that wagons would be coming out ready to run with flash and tail lamps, you would have thought, oh, you're talking rubbish, mate. But now, that just shows you the level of detail that the modeler expects, and companies like Accurascale, Cavalex, etc. are willing to offer. It's all these added little bits of detail that set them apart. To activate a tail lamp, you've got to turn the wagon upside down, little slide switch here, again I'm using my cocktail stick, slide it across, and there we have the tail light flashing. Quite impressive. In fact, more than quite impressive. I love it.